Matt here at Brew, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. A lot going on lately around here. I'll explain that in a second. For now, I decided to try this. This is a unlabeled beer of mine that I found in somewhere, safe, tucked away. So who knows how old it is? I'm gonna guess from the cap. It's got a silver cap on it, which means I probably entered this one into a competition or meant to. So this could be either the Mango Kolsch. I kind of doubt that because I think I polished that off pretty well. It may be the Oktoberfest. I don't know. It's lightish in color from the bottle, so we'll see. It's got a decent hiss on it. Let's see what we got. Mystery beer. That's a little dark. So this might actually be the Oktoberfest. That is my guess. Man, look at that thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the Oktoberfest from looking at that. Always forgetting that darn light. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't get any clearer than that. It was pretty clear when I submitted it to the competition. So this would be the Oktoberfest being the third place winner of the Palmetto State Open. That was pretty cool to win that. This is a nice looking beer now. Very clear, got a nice head on there, and on top it's just sticking around for days. Got some nice stream of bubbles in there. So yeah, this is nice. Let's go ahead and try it. It's been a while. So you got that nice, got those nice malts coming through there that you expect out of an Oktoberfest. Cheers. Yep, that's just like I remember it. If I were to brew this again, I'd probably make some tweaks to it. I'm kind of interested in the idea that Mike Dean had, where you change or at least add in to not only just the Vienna, but also put in some Gold Pills Vienna. That's a malt I definitely want to investigate. So maybe that would be something I would put here. But it definitely has that malt, all those good malts going on there. You can really taste. Got a good sweetness to it. It's nice, sort of bready, biscuity. That's really nice. Yeah, that's definitely aged pretty well. So I had it tucked away in my pantry since I brewed it, and I put a couple of it around. And I think the reason I didn't label it is probably this might have been one that I would have submitted to another competition. I just never got around to it. But hey, more for me to enjoy, right? So, what do I have for you guys this week? Well, just to give you guys an update of what's going on. The Yeast Experiment beer is currently sitting in another refrigerator, or another freezer, because I needed the primary one here behind the camera for the brew day I just did today. I'll see if I can put overlay some footage here of me. So I definitely did some dry hopping this morning with that. Tomorrow I'm planning on kegging that beer. And I'm probably going to force carbonate it just because I'm really eager to see what it tastes like. Nick and Brandon from Exit 12, those guys, they've been posting pictures and sampling their beer and everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what mine comes out to. Just really eager. It's got a really cool look to it already in the fermenter, and it's got a really nice aroma to it. So it'd be really cool to see that thing. Now that's cold crashed, get it carved up and see what it tastes like. I know it's going to be kind of green, but it'll be neat just to see what it's like. And then, hey, I mean, there's been a lot of energy, I guess is maybe the better word for it, around this Yeast Experiment. It's really cool to see all the brew tubers coming together and doing this thing. I mean, it's been a learning experience. I mean, there's definitely some things I knew going into this, and what's cool is not everybody's on necessarily the same level. Not everybody's necessarily has the same experiences, and we're all just learning from each other. It was really neat. I know Gary kind of mentioned this in the chat earlier today. It's really neat that everybody basically brewed the same wort. I mean, that's a feat in its own. It just shows everybody's skill. I mean, you guys out there are just amazing. I mean, we were aiming, everybody was trying to aim for a 1066 beer. We were all trying to hit the same pH. We were all trying to hit the same, volumes and all the same numbers. And everybody got like so close on those numbers. Mine was 1065. I saw a bunch of other guys out there at 1065, 1066. I think there was a 1067 out there. I mean, everybody's in the ballpark. And I've been looking at the pictures. Everybody's been having the same type of color to it. I mean, it's very, very similar. The only difference is the yeast at this point. So, of course, the yeast plays a integral part of the final product. And so there's going to obviously be differences. And it'd be really neat to see what those are. For me personally, I don't have any experience with a lot of the yeasts that are out there for this experiment. So I'm going to learn a ton. Hell, I haven't even used this yeast before, the one I have for my beer, which is the OYL200. So Omega Yeast Tropical IPA. I've never brewed an IPA, so this is actually the first IPA I've brewed. So this is going to be really, really cool to see what all these different yeasts bring to the table. What I did earlier today, I had a brew day. Did the SJ4 Challenge 2020. My first possible entry is what I brewed today. I'm planning on brewing another one next week. I had 2 beers in mind. I wasn't sure how the first one was going to turn out. It was a cool idea on paper. I can't really say too much about it. I do have some video to show you guys of the brew day today. There's probably not a ton of it, but then again, it's not supposed to be all spelled out. So no recipe, no hints, none of that kind of stuff. You guys might see the color. That's about it. Let's see here. And then I have another brew that I want to do next week of another idea that I had. And whatever one comes out better in my mind is probably the one that I'll submit. So, but all in all, it was a good brew day. It actually started out to be a really lousy day. It was actually downright torrential downpours this morning when the kids were leaving for school. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to brew. But it started to lighten up, so I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and get started. And I'm glad that I did, because the weather, the temperature-wise, was great. It was mid-70s here today, which was nice. But everything was still, wet. But at least the rain didn't continue, so I was able to get through the brew day without having to be, in here brewing is fine. I have to have the door open, especially for the boil. My fear was being out there cleaning equipment and everything in the rain, but that didn't happen, so that worked out nicely. That change that I did to the mill, the gap on the mill for the Yeast Experiment beer, plowed right through today as well. So that's going to be my new setting, I think, 0.045. That seems to work really well. I had no issues with the pumps, no issues with the mash, none of that stuff. So that worked out great. Then I did pick up a tablet. I'll probably have other things that I'm going to do with this, but my original plan with this was I wanted to have something more portable in the brewery for when I'm looking at Beersmith, when I'm looking at other calculators, spreadsheets, water spreadsheets, what have you. Just so I don't have to keep printing them out. I've been printing them out every brew day, and I want to kind of get away from that. I want to have everything here, and the phone's kind of small, so it's not really easy to do. Plus, I'm using my phone. I'm even doing it right now. It's a video with you guys, so I keep all the video on that. So it'll be nice just to have something that I'm more tied up on the phone, so it would be nice just to have something, that I can use. Put my logo on there for now. Also, the other thing too is with the collaborations I've been doing lately. Another thing I want to use this for. I've been getting more and more into collaborating with you guys. So this will give me an opportunity that I don't have to lug around a big laptop out here, and I can have Skype going in the background. I can have you guys, do sort of like a collab brew day, or hell, even just bullshitting with people in the brew tubing community. Since I don't have any local homebrew friends here, just to kind of chat with. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have going on. Hope you guys have a great week. Have a happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Enjoy the brew footage that's coming after this, and we'll see you guys next week. Oh, and tonight I decided to resurrect the Untapped application, so I'm going to start using that again. I think I'm going to start putting my beers out there and I started friending a few of you guys already from the chat. So if you wanted to find me, I'm on there. Rec99 is my handle. Rec the Brewery is the other handle that I'm using out there. That's for where I'm going to post the recipes, I guess, or at least the beer types. So anyway, that's probably going on long enough. So I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Cheers. Talk about what's in this beer. The SJ4 challenge, first attempt. See how this recipe turns out. We're going to brew another one as well, and whichever one I like best, I'll put in. So, top secret for now on what the ingredients are. You'll just have to guess. Alright, so the pH is pretty darn close this time. I'm aiming for 5.4, like the 5.45 kind of range. Got 5.3. According to Brew and Water, I'm supposed to get 5.49, so it's pretty darn close this time. I did make a couple of adjustments to the sheet, and it seems like I'm a little bit closer to what I expected. So it's no longer 0.2 off. There it goes, dropped a little bit more. So it's still a little high. I went ahead and added a little bit of lactic acid to the mash. I'll give it another like 15 minutes and I'll check it again. Alright, after the lactic acid we're at 5.43 it looks like. So a couple degrees off, so it's right around that. The last sample was taken at 68 degrees, this is 66, so that's going to have a little bit of variance, but that's right in the range I want to be, right around the 5.4 to 5.45 range for this beer. Alright, just a little over halfway through the mash. You guys saw the update from the pH. So we're in good hands now. Look at that. It smells wonderful. Just figured I'd give you guys a shot of where I currently stand. I am currently sparging. Did the mash out, or most of the mash out. When I say most of, I impatient. I didn't wait for the 168. Got the 159, 160, and then I started. So it's fine. And we are now over, or almost over the element. It's just touching it now. So we collected about 2 gallons. So rinsing those grains. Still messing with the flow a little bit actually. I might crank up the water slightly. Make sure that flow is where we need it to be, so we're an inch over the grain bed. There's a shot of the post mash pH. So it's pretty good. There's one hell of a hot break on this thing. I have not quite had one of these in a long time. And mind you, this is turned way down to 50%, which is right around where I normally do it. Look at this thing. It's nuts. I don't know if it's the rain, sort of a barometer type of a thing, because it's a pretty lousy day. But it's a lot more aggressive than I normally see my boil. Well, I'm gonna try to turn this down 45, which is, well, lower than I've ever had to go on this. I usually do 50 or 55 generally. And that's 45. Yeah, it's a little better. And I guess we can now say that we're out of hot break. So I'll go ahead and add in the 60-minute hops, the during hops. Alright, 60 minutes on the clock. Put it back to 50. I guess it just needed to calm the F down. Nuts, man. Here we go. First hop edition. Alright, 30 minutes to go. In goes the aroma hops. And now for the flavor hops. Boom. Just a little bit of an update. We're now doing a whirlpool for like 10 minutes, and then I'll start chilling it down. So we're still hovering around 194. Just going through everything, making sure it's all sanitary, and then we'll turn on the chilling water. I'm still waiting on that fitting to come in, but for now I'm just gonna I've been using the submersible pump. It works really good. The only problem is that this water gets hot quickly, so I'm gonna exit. Coming in here, the cold water is gonna come into the chiller at the top, and it's gonna come out the bottom. I'm trying something different this time. I usually do it the other way around, but I was thinking with the hot wort going in this way, and the cool water supposed to be coming out the top, I figured put the cold water at the top. We'll see how that works. If that doesn't work, I'll flip them. But I figured I wanted to try it this time, just curious to see if it would get me down to temperature any quicker. And then the hot water's exiting out into a bucket, and I just dump it until it fills, and so on and so forth, running in the water. What I'm planning on doing is getting a fitting to go from the garden hose to one of these hoses and just go straight into the chiller. That's not here yet, so I'm just kind of making do with what I have. I do have all the quick disconnect fittings on the chiller. That's how I've always done it, and it works really well. But I'm going to remove this extra step here when I get that new piece. Just about 6 gallons of wort, and in goes the yeast. Boom.